Hey, what's going on, you guys? Concealed Fury here, and wanted to bring you guys another commentary. And before I get into this, I just wanted to thank you guys for all the support and everything that I've been getting lately. If you look at my channel, um, I've been really growing with subscribers. I think I gained like 20 subscribers in the last like 3 days. I passed 4,000 video views, which is really cool, and it's just really nice to see myself growing again because I sort of stopped for a little while, but that's kind of due to the fact that I stopped posting videos. But now I'm trying to post a lot more consistently because I'm on summer break and I have a ton of time now. So yeah, but today, like I said, I want to bring you guys an in real life story. This is a story from sixth grade, and I thought it was a pretty good story. I've told a couple of my friends, and they all liked it. So yeah, I have a bunch of stories from sixth grade. That was my awkward phase. That was my awkward years. So I might bring you guys some more if you want, but I don't have a very interesting life, so I don't know how many stories I have. But let's get into this. So sixth grade, and I forget what point. It was probably like the middle of sixth grade. But anyways, we were working on a project in science class. We were making brochures for like a habitat that we had to pick out, and we had to do like all this research on it. And now we were making brochures, and we were working in class. Like the teachers brought in all these Mac laptops that the school owned and all that, and we were all just doing our little work on there. And it's getting close to the end of the period, right? And we had to print out our brochures. So I guess my teacher's classroom didn't have a printer or something, so she had us all print our papers to the classroom of another teacher, and this teacher was probably like seventh grade teacher, eighth grade teacher. I don't know, but I didn't know her, and I know she wasn't a sixth grade teacher, and so basically I didn't know her. So we print out the papers there, and the teacher picked me to go to the classroom to go pick them up, and so I walk over there, and keep in mind, you guys, I'm just this small, scared little sixth grader who doesn't know like anyone. I'm just this really weird little nervous kid. So I go to the classroom, and okay, so I gotta explain this. The classroom had two doors, right? On one side, it had these two big doors that just opened up, and like two big doors, right? And then on the other side, there's the small one door on the other side of the building, on the other side of the classroom, I guess. But I didn't know about that because I was like on the other side of the wall. This classroom was like outside. I hope I'm explaining this well, but okay, but the way that I was coming up to it, I just saw this one wall with two big doors on it, and I didn't know that there was another door on the other side of the classroom because I had never been here before. I didn't know this teacher, so I just went in, and this teacher's name was Miss Waterman. Um, yeah, I think I can say her name, Miss Waterman. And so I knock on the doors, and just right off the bat, she is like really mean to me. Like I knock on the doors, and she opens it, and I mean I kind of understand. Like she was in the middle of her class, and I guess it turns out my teacher, Miss Tomlinson, hadn't called Miss Waterman ahead of time and told her like, hey, I'm printing a bunch of papers to your classroom, and I'm sending a kid over to come and get them. So she had no idea what was going on. So like I knock on the doors, she opens it, and I'm like, hi, I'm here to pick up some paper, Miss Thomas, and printed out. And she's like, what are you doing here? I'm here to pick up some papers. And she's like, who said that you could print? Who said you could print papers from my room? Well, Miss Thomas, she just said, who said that you could use my paper and my ink? Miss Thomas just said me. So I'm just standing there, I'm like stuttering, I'm so scared of this woman. And so she like calls Miss Thomas and she's like, did you send a kid here? Who said that you could use my printer and my ink and all this? And Miss Thompson says, yeah, I guess I don't know what was going on, but like I guess she printed it without telling Miss Waterman, and now Miss Waterman was mad at me. But eventually we got that cleared up, and all the students in her class were looking at me like, yeah, she's like this all the time. Like I wasn't like she's a complete bitch. But okay, so we finally get that cleared up, and I get the papers, and I'm this is when it gets interesting. And and I'm leaving. I'm already scared of her. I just want to get out of there. So I'm leaving the classroom, and as I'm leaving, as I turn the doorknob, the door handle, okay, and stay with me, you guys. As I turn the door handle and I'm walking outside, the door handle comes off in my hand, like I'm holding the door handle. It just comes out of the door as I'm walking out, and then the door closes behind me, and then it takes me a second to realize, holy shit, I'm holding the door handle, and the door was locked, right? So I couldn't open it, but they didn't have a door handle. They didn't have anything to unlock it, so they were like locked inside of their classroom, because they couldn't get out, and I couldn't get in because I didn't have the key to the outside. So they were like fucking locked in their classroom. And I was like, this is when it just started going downhill for me. I was like so scared, and I was like, holy shit, I have the door now. What do I do? What do I do? And at first I like considered like just dropping it there and just like running back to my classroom. But then I'm like, oh no, wait, she knows what classroom I'm from. She knows my name. So that wouldn't work. So I'm like sitting there, and I don't think I started crying yet, but I'm like sitting there and I'm scared out of my mind. And like this classroom was right next to the cafeteria, to like the back of the cafeteria. So then there were all those lunch food ladies like filling up their trays or whatever out back. That sounds really weird, but they're all just like looking at me, and I'm like just standing back there, and I'm looking around, and I'm like holding the freaking door handle. And then I can hear them like start talking on the other side of the door, and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And they're like, go get someone, go get a custodian. And I was like so scared, and I just ran around the school a little, and I found a custodian guy, and he came back, unlocked the door for me, and we got back in. And just if you thought Miss Waterman was mean, and if you thought she was scary before, she took it to an all new level. She was like, how did you not realize you were carrying a door handle when you walked out? And it was like the scariest thing. She was just pissed off, and I guess she had called my teacher like after she finished lecturing me, and the whole class was like laughing and everything, and I was just so scared. I finally walked back. She finally let me go, and I got back, and I guess she had called Miss Tomlinson, my teacher, and told her what had happened. Also, by the way, I had been gone for like almost the whole period, like 30 minutes, because, well, I don't know, 30 minutes. No, I probably left like halfway through the period, so I had been gone for probably like 25, 20 minutes. So the whole class was also wondering like what had happened to me. And I guess she had called, I guess Miss Waterman had called Miss Tomlinson, right? And she had told her what happened. And Miss Tomlinson had apparently like yelled out on the phone, he did what? How did he take off your door handle? And the whole class had started like cracking up and everything. And when I got back, everyone was laughing and everything. And she took me outside, Miss Tomlinson, and I thought I was gonna be in a lot of trouble. Like I was really scared, and I like started crying a little, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. It just came off in my hand, and of course that sounds so stupid because like how would a door handle just come off in your hand? Like obviously I had to have pulled it or something, but I didn't. It just came off when I turned the door handle, but. So she just let me go, like no problem. She wasn't mad. I think she was actually laughing a little. Also, I don't think she liked Miss Waterman that much. I don't know who really did. Miss Waterman, if you watch this, you are one mean lady. But actually, I know a lot of kids who had her class who actually liked her, but she wasn't nice to me. And anyway, so that was cleared up. My teacher was just like, she just wanted to know what happened, and I told her, and that was all good. And so I went back in, and everyone was laughing, but like I just told them all the story, and they would just all, it was just all good. It worked out. And luckily, I never had Miss Waterman's class because she remembered me. Like I had one of my friends had her class like the next year, and he's like, "Oh, Nathan, I think Miss Waterman was talking about you the other day. She was talking about this kid who once came into her class and took off her doorknob," and I'm like, "Yeah, that was me." So I'm glad I never had a class because I think that would have been a little bit awkward. But yeah, that's it. I took off a teacher's doorknob, and she got really pissed at me. So yeah, if you guys want more stories like this, I'm sure I can think of some more. Sixth grade was definitely my awkward year. And seventh grade a little bit. Um, so yeah, I'm sure I have a ton more. Thank you for all the support I've been getting. If you look at my last videos, the amount of likes and all that, it's really been going up. I really love seeing that. I really appreciate it. I just love seeing that people are like responding to my content and seeing it and just all that stuff. So, yeah, I think that's it. My name's Concealed Fury and Nathan, and I am out. Have a great day.